Do you guys want to funnel around here or go straight? What do you think? Okay, yeah, let's go around the back. Don, do you want in?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
If anything, I can take pictures of you since you're going to do it.
Okay. This is where we need Xandra with a real camera. How did they get everybody in these shots?
Let's see.
I can take.
All right, here we go. All right. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's try that again. 1, 2, 3. There you go.
Yeah. All right. Honestly, I think mine came out better. Okay, yeah, I think so.
first of spring.
Audio test. chilly outside today, huh? Well, it looks like we're headed. Yeah, it looks like we're headed for an earthquake. He's worried about getting his doggy nap. Yeah. See, my body knows when the weather's bad because my sciatica and my arthritis kicks in. Yeah. Sucks getting young. I'm gonna put on the floor. How's that? I can't get up. I'm handicapped. No wow. You know I'm not gonna get up and drink it. You know, I'm a law-abiding citizen. I just came over nicely. If I do, I'll
Audio test. Good morning. This is TJ with the Board of Public Works. Welcome to the Board of Public Works hearing room. If there are any attendees who are joining us who would like to offer commentary on any of our items this morning, please fill out a speaker card located in the back of the room, indicate which item you'd like to speak on, and hand it to me. I'll record your information for the record, and we'll call upon you when we reach your item. Good morning as well to the attendees joining us on the Zoom platform. I do see a number of hands raised, and I'm going to go through and ask which item you would like to speak on. I'll record your name and information for the record, and then we'll call upon you when we reach your item. I'll start with Audit LA. Good morning, Audit LA. And I see that you've unmuted. However, I'm not receiving audio input from you. If you would, and I see that you're muting and unmuting. We'll come back to you. We'll go next to Henri M. Henri M., can you hear me?
Yes, good morning. Please mark me down for general and all agenda items. Thank you.
Got you. I have you down for public comment and all items. I'm going to go ahead and put you back on mute and lower your hand. And that's how I keep track of who I've recorded, is lowering their hand. And I know the folks can hear me in the Zoom meeting as well. Audit LA, I see you've unmuted.
Yes.
Can we try to
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Good morning.
Good morning. Okay, Mr. Knight, I would like to talk, do public comment and all agenda items. I do have them numbered, but I don't know exactly what number they are, but all of them, please.
Very well. I have you down for public comment on all items. I'm going to go ahead and put you back on mute and lower your hand. And we'll move next to Georgina McPhee.
Hi, thank you. Yes, general comment and all agenda items, please.
Very well. I have you down for public comment on all items. I'm going to go ahead and put you back on mute and lower your hand. Jill, good morning.
General public comment.
Very well. I have you down for public comment. I'm going to lower your hand. Bridget Riley, good morning.
Good morning. General public comment, please.
I have you down for public comment. I'm going to go ahead and put you back on mute and lower your hand, and we'll move next to Gigi's phone. Gigi, good morning.
Good morning, TJ. I'd just like general public comment today.
Very well. I have you down for public comment. If there are any other members of the Zoom, if there are any other attendees on the Zoom platform who would like to offer commentary, either general public comments or multiple agenda item commentary or single item agenda commentary, please raise your hand at this time. indicate which item you'd like to speak on. I'll record your information for the record, and we'll call upon you when we reach your item. The time is 9:54. We should get started with the meeting in approximately 6 minutes.
Job and getting fired in 18 years over some bullshit that they didn't want to be back to work under FMLA. I said, fuck the job. I ain't going back. I ain't going to do that bullying and retaliation shit no more. I'm done. I'm going to collect my SSDI. Sell my house, sell my plane, sell my boat, sell my car, sell my ass, and get the hell out of California. How come Mr. Stephen Kang never talks to me? Like shirt body. The only way you're going to engage.
I have the agenda, but I still need the agenda. I can post it to my.
I don't agree with
I'll make it to the post.
We're in $1 billion deficit. These people are going to get laid off. If I were them, I'd take the early retirement now. 20 plus years. Out of this job.
I need it's up there. I'll be able to do the somebody I'm going to be working with to deal with all the brown acts. She said she was involved with the anti-market, and she's not against that. But she went down to see the culture company. I'm leaving us with family. I was but it was like a Friday when they do like 2 hours of these presentations and give everybody like no time. I really haven't I've been studying this. Hopefully get them anybody science or well, but you can hear me. How much work?
Good morning once again to our attendees who are joining us here in the Board of Public Works hearing room. If there's any members of the public who have not already done so who wish to offer commentary on any of our items this morning, please fill out a speaker card located in the back of the room, indicate which item you'd like to speak on, and hand it to me. I'll record your information for the record and call upon you when we reach your item. And good morning to our attendees who are joining us on the Zoom platform. Currently, I have Adedale, Henri M., Georgina, Jill, Bridget Riley, and Gigi, who have indicated they wish to offer commentary. If there's any additional commenters, please raise your hand at this time. I'll record, indicate which item you'd like to speak on, and I'll record your information for the record. I do see Lurker. Lurker, would you please unmute? Good morning.
Unmuted. Can you hear me?
Yes. Which item would you like to speak on?
Public general comment and get your shit together.
Thank you. I have you down for public comment. I'm going to go ahead and put you back on mute and lower your hand. And we should get started with the board meeting momentarily.
I'm waiting for Jenny. Jenny in the block.
And make the announcement. Good morning, President Carson. We are now in record mode.
Great. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Board of Public Works meeting for Wednesday, March 26. Mr. Knight, if you'd like to take roll call and establish quorum for us, please.
Yes. Good morning, President Corson. President Corson, Vice President Chavez, President Pro Tem Grant, Commissioner Kang, and Commissioner Mitchell are present. We do have a quorum. We are also joined by City Attorney Representative Virginia Choi. I'm TJ Knight with the Board of Public Works. President Corson, we have 7 speaker cards under public comment on the Zoom platform, and we have 3 multiple agenda item commenters on the Zoom platform, and we have 1 speaker card in the room for public comment on all items. We have no neighborhood council commentary this morning.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Knight. We'll start with a presentation for 5 keys, schools, and programs. And then that should take about 10-15 minutes, and then we'll go to public comment and the agenda items. Who's kicking us off on the presentation? All right.
Morning, everyone. Morning, everyone. Esteemed Board of Public Works. I'm Kevin Gresham. I'm the program manager for the Homelessness Initiative Program. I'm also the contract manager with 5 Keys. Thank you, TJ. Perfect. With the Board of Public Works. It's a pleasure to be here today to recognize and celebrate some of the outstanding contributions of our 5 Keys / Christ Center Ministries ambassadors. I'm proud to present these certificates of recognition to these individuals who've gone above and beyond and whose dedication and hard work have made a real difference to the city of Los Angeles. As part of the Mobile Pit Stop program, these CCM ambassadors have consistently demonstrated remarkable bravery by responding to various emergencies which have saved the lives of individuals in the Skid Row area and surrounding areas throughout the city of Los Angeles. It's a pleasure to be here today to highlight their acts of heroism as this reflects on what this program is all about, as we continue to put forth great effort in leaving a long-lasting impact on the community. Dave, did you want to say a couple words?
Thanks, Kevin. Thank you. Well, welcome. And I'm so, it's a privilege to be here again. This is our third time that we're going before you guys. And we're very impressed that, of the work that our ambassadors do. And like Kevin did allude to, we've got ambassadors that are throughout the city doing some incredible work. When we signed on with this contract, we were looking at doing service, doing the service of the porta potties and doing the shower stops, but we had no idea that we were going to be saving lives. And so these individuals have actually stepped up, and we're very impressed that they have the heart that they do. And thank you for recognizing them today. Okay, let's go, Kevin.
All right, now let's move on to the individuals we're honoring here today. Please give me a warm welcome to Star Bennett. I think it should be this one. Yep. Sure. Eddie Green. Thanks.
Also, I'm here to accept the award. Look good. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Now you'll give me a picture, sir.
Oh, you want to just show your...
Robbie Hall. Najee Robinson. I think Najee is here. Marquise Tillis.
I would just like to say this is Marquise's second time he's receiving this award. He says this is third.
And last but not least, James Williams. Congratulations. All right, thank you all. Again, Five Keys team, CCM team for your hard work and dedication. And let's be sure to continue to support each other and strive for excellence. Have a great day, everyone.
Thank you, Kevin. Commissioners, anyone would like to share any remarks? Commissioner Grant.
Congratulations to all of you. You know, your work on a daily basis really saves lives because it affords a modicum of respect and dignity to those who are currently unhoused. But for you to step above and beyond that and in your intervention is just so it shows what the value of work is, what the value of this project is, and really it's a testament to your courage, your perspective, and just your contributions to our community. So thank you.
I also want to commend the service of all those individuals who participate on a daily basis in this program. It's not easy. I truly understand not a lot of people want to do it, but you're out there demonstrating your commitment to the lives of the people that count on the streets. And that is definitely a labor of love and something that you do out of your heart and your soul and not just because you get paid. So I want to thank you and your organization for doing this work. It means a lot to the folks in the city of Los Angeles who don't have a roof over their head, so to speak, and don't have family who will intervene if they're having an overdose in the middle of the street. So thank you very much.
Anybody else? Commissioner King?
Congratulations and thank you so much. We deeply appreciate your work. I know this isn't easy, so thank you very much for stepping up for all Angelenos and just want to echo the sentiments of my colleagues. Thank you very much.
Vice President Chavez?
Yes, thank you. I just, reminder that you are leading by example and providing a good example for the people and the public. Basic needs are not basic. It's an essential part of feeling like a full human being. And it's that daily reminder of that we are all the same. We are all have the same needs, and that connection that you provide sometimes is important. You might be saying a kind word to someone who didn't hear a kind word that day. So it's really important. So and really, what a great partnership with Five Keys. I've been really impressed with the services and the training, and I hope that we can continue that partnership in the future.
Thank you. I'll close it out by saying congratulations and thank you for your work. We get the reports all the time of your life-saving work. It's always great to read it. It's unfortunate and sad to read it, but I'm very thankful for all you do, and then really appreciate us or you taking the time to come here today, and us taking a chance to recognize your work is also important because it helps bring attention to the work you do. And it's not just about the certificate that you receive, it's about us recognizing you and making sure that those in this building are aware of how important and vital your services are. So thank you. We're going to take a 5-minute break to take some photos in the back of the room. It is 10:13, and we will take a short recess. All right. I think we can get ready. Mr. Knight, are we ready?
We are. Let me go ahead and put us back into record mode. And it's now 10:19 and we are back in record mode.
All right. It is 10:19 and we are back from recess.
Yes.
All right. Mr. Knight, would you like to reestablish quorum for us, please?
Yes, of course, President Carson. We have President Carson, Vice President Chavez, President Pro Tem Grant, and Commissioner Mitchell present. I think Commissioner King has stepped out of the room, and he is back right now. We do have a quorum. We're again joined by City Attorney Representative Virginia Choi. I'm TJ Knight with the Board of Public Works.
We'll pick up with public comment, which is an opportunity for the public to address the board on public interest items and will be provided up to 1 minute per person for a cumulative total of 10 minutes for the general public comment segment of each regular meeting. Testimony shall be limited in content matters which are within the subject matter jurisdiction of the board. The board may not take any action on matters discussed during the public comment period. We have 2 public comment cards in the room. We will start with Goat Puppet.
Please approach the podium and you'll have 60 seconds to offer your public comment.
We present the mighty documents. Yes, so this is a very urgent update, people, in the back. We have a new law. The law is that the N word and the C word will not be tolerated in this building anymore. According to the city attorney, the first word is nigger, which is spelled N for nigger, I-G-G-E-R. The second word is cunt, spelled with a C, followed by a U-N-T. And this is not a joke, it's an actual statute. Isn't that nice? So now they're going to ban words. Just the words. But you commissioners and the city staff is free to say as many nigger and cunt words as you want. It's just us taxpayers that won't be able to say it. So get ready for the lawsuit. And remember, everybody, they're in the back. I'm going to give you a spelling quiz
And
at
that's
the end of the
60
meeting.
seconds. Thank you.
All right. We will go next to Black Sabbath.
Nationwide standards, this communist city, 202 West 1st and Spring Street, LA Times building, the corner, north corner with the letter N for niggas street, curb ramps, and taking note, 324 Broadway South, crosswalk unsafe. Barden versus Sacramento is going to be a very interesting case when I bring it to your attention. The city pedestrians rights of way accessibility, a complaint for curb ramps under ADA coordinator, address all sidewalks and barriers and issues. Why aren't you doing that, LA? Fuck Willits versus Los Angeles. Citywide as well includes barriers that block access along the length of the fucking sidewalk. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Knight, we will go to public comment on the virtual platform.
Very well. We'll go ahead and start with Audit LA. Go ahead. You have 60 seconds to offer your public comment.
All right. Good morning. I'm asking this board to stop granting special event permits to the Church of Scientology. This organization has repeatedly violated the terms of past permits, disrupting neighborhoods, blocking public sidewalks, and using city services without proper coordination or cost recovery. They do not follow the rules. Worse, Scientology has a documented history of anti-LGBTQ plus teachings. L. Ron Hubbard wrote that gay people are perverts and dangerous to society. To this day, the church has never renounced those views. Why should an organization with openly discriminatory doctrines be granted the privilege of closing our streets and using public space? Until Scientology publicly denounces Hubbard's homophobic writings and complies fully with the event regulations, it should not receive any more permits from this city. Public benefits comes with public responsibility, and they have shown neither. Thank you. I yield back my time.
And we'll move next to Henri. Henry M.
L.
ahead.
Ron Hubbard Way is a public street and the city is broke. That's a fact. City controller has verified this, and most of the money comes out of this board because you guys refuse to do infrastructure development. Here's a grand idea to make money legitimately. You don't have to take bribes from the criminal racket of Scientology. You put parking meters on L. Ron Hubbard Way, and you stop Daniel Reardon and Bill Delvac from trying to unlawfully and unjustly vacate the damn street. Okay, parking meters on L. Ron Hubbard Way. Okay, stop Bill Delvac and Dan Reardon from the unlawful and bogus street vacation of L. Ron Hubbard Way, and fine them for the blockade of the public right-of-way. LAMC 56.11, 56.12. $2,500 a day per violation per day, okay? H1 is a new charge. They owe you over 1.5 million. Go collect. 1.5 million. Go collect the money. Get the money.
And that's
Criminally
60 seconds.
prosecute
Thank you.
them.
We'll move next to Georgina, followed by Jill. Go ahead, Georgina.
Hi, thank you. I'm echoing the exact things the last two callers said. That's exactly why I called in, was about the street closures. I can't understand why a direct access route to the hospital, two major hospitals, Children's and Kaiser, are both a direct access, that street is a direct access road for both of those hospitals. And I don't understand why that's ever allowed to be closed. It needs to be left open. I also think parking meters should be put in there. I think it'd be a great benefit financially to the city and to the community there, so that they can access and use that road as it was intended. And I'm really worried about them having that street shut off means it makes it even harder for their indoctrinated members to escape. We've seen time and time again where members have tried to escape, but because they couldn't get to freedom and public.
That's 60 seconds. Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you.
Thank you, Georgina. We'll move next to Jill. Go ahead.
I'm going to continue along the line of Audit LA about the disability issue. You have to realize that the cult of Scientology wants to close the street so they can do their crimes against humanity, such as making the able more able. Where do we hear about that? In the Holocaust with the eugenics that was done by Mengele. And they also do the roll call 3 times a day, which they call muster, which they did in the Holocaust or in the concentration camps. They did appel plots. They don't want you to see that going on. So don't tell us, LAPD, etc., that it's a hate crime that we're going against them. They're doing the hate. We have to ban the crimes against humanity. It's not a hate. They're the hateful people. They're hurting people. And also, who's in charge of you getting money from Scientology? I hear that there's a person on city council by the name of Mr. Curran, whose wife's a stakeholder. He's a stakeholder in his wife's company who gets money. So you guys got to look in the mirror. Bye.
And that's 60 seconds. Thank you. And we'll move next to Bridget Riley. Go ahead.
Hello. My name is Bridget, and for the past 14 or so months, I have closely followed the Scientology protests in your city. Long before that, I was well aware of the tactics this organization uses to suppress free speech. The street vacation they are seeking for L. Ron Hubbard Way is nothing more than an attempt to silence dissent by preventing protests on public property. And this also includes the permits for street events that Audit LA was speaking of. The late Mike Rinder, a former senior member of the church's Office of Special Affairs, exposed these very tactics in the Aftermath series. What you're hearing today is not new. It's a continuation of the same concerns raised by citizens for years. There are historical evidence of neighbors voicing the same frustrations, yet these problems persist. Scientology does not own Los Angeles, or at least it shouldn't. But looking at this situation, we really have to wonder.
And we'll move next to Gigi.
Hi, I want to echo what Henry was saying about the parking on L. Ron Hubbard Way. They should have metered parking there, but I want to focus more on the permits that Scientology is getting and abusing. There was an event over the weekend where they closed down the whole road and they were not using the road at all. It was all on their property, the event. They just did that to block people from seeing, and that is abusing the permit. They also made it so that you couldn't park on the meters on Sunset right in front of the Scientology parking lot. For some reason, they had like temporary signs where they got no parking there for their event. They were playing loud music, not only live music, but they also had a song that Scientology made that they played over and over like it was Guantanamo Bay, like they're trying to torture someone. Just over and over, both of those songs, the live music and that song, back to back, blaring. And neighbors, I saw neighbors come out, complain about it, and these permits need to stop.
And that's 60 seconds. And we'll move next to Lurker.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead. You have 60 seconds after your public comment.
I would like to publicly comment that Audit LA, Smoke and Scan, public speakers, and all the people who watch this stuff on the internet, I would like to honor them and let them know that that name no longer needs to be spoken. It's ridiculous. They've been screaming the name for how long? And you ignore it. Are you brainwashed? Did you buy into the commercials of long ago? Please, wake up. Make history here. Be the ones. This is your opportunity. Please and thank you. Love you. Bye.
President Corson, that concludes the commenters who've indicated that they wish to offer public comment this morning.
Great.
However, a couple of additional hands are raised on the Zoom platform. Additionally, I'd like to note that the 10-minute allotment has expired.
Thank you, Mr. Knight. With that, we'll close the general public comment section of today's meeting and move on to multiple agenda public comment. The board will provide an opportunity for members of the public wishing to speak on more than one agenda item during multiple agenda item comment for up to 1 minute per item, up to a total of 3 minutes per meeting. This is the only time to speak on more than one agenda item, and we will start with Black Sabbath.
Ready? Ready, sir? All right. Item number 8, sidewalk repair program. Sucks a big dick like UCLA and USC. Spoiled children. When are you going to get your credentials to do the job that we demand? As you heard 7 callers talk about fucking Scientology, their cult that takes over our street in LA. Does not belong to Scientology. It belongs to we, the people of California. Fuck you, Los Angeles, for that. That's item number 8. Look at item number 10. Sidewalk repair program. Once again, 202 West 1st Street and Spring Street, L.A. Times building. Where is the goddamn repair? Someone's gonna get hurt. Someone from that federal building should get their fucking ass to demand that this city, as you guys put on record years ago, that around the Civic Center, we're gonna do all repairs, sidewalk and streets, curbs, ramps. Where the fuck are they? And when? I wanna know, the only person who shows interest in this shit is Mr. John Grant, for the record. The other 2 dummies, what are they doing? What the fuck are they doing? Are they playing Scramble on the computer? Because I never hear Steve Grank or Jenny Lopez from the gang talk about anything. Come on, Michelle. Put some words into this shit. Put some goddamn words. I demand the corner street of the LA Times to get that repair done soon, ASP. Because, again, as I put on record, Barton versus Sacramento is a nationwide standard. And I'm going to demand that by the courts if I happen to have to sue the city of Los Angeles for those demands. And near Figueroa, by the Building Department of Safety, 313, the fucking mental health building, all those ficus trees, all those goddamn sidewalks. For years I've been walking there demanding DOD to do something, and they haven't done a goddamn repair for the sidewalks. And I'm very frustrated. I shouldn't be using this vulgarity. I shouldn't have to get a point across to America that we are doomed. Snyder versus Phelps, God hates the Pope, and priests rape boys? Is that what you want to hear? Or do you want me to hear me say Brandenburg versus Ohio, US 395, 444, 1969, dirty niggers, LA? Thank you.
All right, we will go next to Goat Puppet.
So as few know, this board took a tour Monday in a special meeting of MacArthur Park. It started on Parkview and 6th Street, where there's a very nice construction project on the corner. Now, you guys, a month ago, put some cones near my office at 834 South Hoover, and the hole in the sidewalk is still not fixed. It's just sitting there with cones. Rain in the hole. Nothing. Why? Why can't I physically walk from 8th Street to 7th Street on Rampart Boulevard? Why? It's completely blocked with homeless criminals and arsonists and thieves night and day. Why? You're violating the law. You guys want laws about this stupid fucking clock, and you don't want to give us 2 minutes of general public. You want to just cut the shit out of everybody so they can't put a thought in front of you. It's called cover your ass. I know when I worked with government. I know what cover your ass is. All right, you sent the missile to the wrong place and it hit a school. You cover your ass. You guys got a simpler job. Just fix the fucking problem. Nobody can get to USC on Hoover Street from 22nd Street to Adams because the underpass is taken over by gang members. And you won't clear that. No
Please stay on
streetlights.
topic. Which agenda item is this regarding?
Listen, do you want to hear how I can save you $10 million of liability, or you want to listen to this shit? When are you going to do your job? And stop with this crap. I got a list of projects for you to work on. And all I need is $88 that I can file mandamus actions on every one of them. She'll be in court the next 10 fucking years. We can do that. All 5 of you were appointed by a mayor who fired all 5 of your previous predecessors. Now, why did she fire the entire Board of Public Works? The president used to be Kevin James, who ran for mayor, who interestingly kept being seen here late at night with thumb drives. And then Jose Huizar goes to federal prison. Get it how it works?
Please stay on topic.
See
Which
how it
agenda
works?
item does this regard?
What item would you like to talk about? You want me to?
You identify the item you want to talk about,
the
and you stay
FBI.
on
Is the
topic
FBI on
regarding that
topic?
item.
You know what we need here? We need a federal raid.
All right,
and I'm going to work on that. I'm going to work on a
Great.
federal raid of
And
Board of
that's 3
Public
minutes.
Works.
Mr. Knight, we can move on to the multiple agenda item commenters on the virtual platform.
Very well, President Corson. We'll go ahead and start with multiple agenda item commenter, and we'll start with Audit LA, and please identify which item you are speaking on when you begin. Thank you. Go
Okay,
ahead.
I'm commenting today on multiple items, particularly items 1 through 4, which involve construction contracts and amendments related to the city infrastructure. These items represent millions in taxpayer dollars, and that deserves scrutiny in the midst of a growing budget crisis. It's $1 billion crisis. The city of Los Angeles is struggling financially. There are reports of layoffs, hiring freezes, and service cutbacks. Yet we continue to approve contract amendments and sole source agreements without demanding full transparency or performance of audits. The public expects you to exercise fiduciary responsibility, not rubber stamp spending. Item 4, for instance, proposes $4.5 million contract with S.J. Amoroso for upgrades to the Hyperion Water Reclamation Plant. See, Ms. Choi, how I can stay on topic? All right, who's vetting subcontractors on these massive projects? Are we confirming that none of these entities exploit vulnerable populations or use unpaid labor, like the Church of Scientology does through its Sea Org, where members work long hours for little or no pay under coercive conditions? Oversight matters, especially when contracts touch vulnerable communities. Oversight matters. Okay. Item 2 relates to the Safe Clean Water Program in Council District 9. That's a district where Del Richardson and Associates has been involved in relocation services, an entity which lies to both public officials and reportedly with ties to both public officials, Curran Price, because his wife owns this company, and reportedly Scientology, because on their 700, their Form 700, they got money from Scientology. Are we investigating how taxpayer money throws through these networks? Okay, especially when it's regarding Scientology. Los Angeles cannot afford complicity. Scientology is a powerful organization known for avoiding oversight.
Please stay on
using
topic.
shell
None of these
companies and
items regard
exploiting unpaid
Scientology.
labor, all while yes, it is. All while presenting a public face of community service. We must ensure the same tactics are not at play in our procurement and contracting processes. See, I'm talking about our contracts, right? I'm telling you what to avoid, what I don't want to see. So it is on topic, Ms. Choi. Please stop interrupting me. This is about integrity. If we don't tie spending to values, accountability, transparency, human rights, then we're enabling abuse, whether it comes from corporations or cults or alleged cults. And with our budget hanging by a thread, we simply cannot afford that. Okay, you got to be careful who you are contracting with. I already just told you there's a council person with ties to Scientology. Now I've got to go see if he's voted
Please
anything.
stay on topic. These are regarding
voted for
construction
anything.
contracts.
Okay, well, I don't want your contracts to have anything to do, or anyone, because it's contract, right? It's going to go up to city council. Let me, and Curran Price may vote on it. Say if it was a Scientology one. Okay, are you guys doing oversight?
3
That's the
minutes.
question.
Thank you. We'll move next to Henri M. For a multiple agenda item comment, please indicate which item you're commenting on. Go ahead.
All items, I'll walk you through them. So I want to start first off with 10. All right, we have a contract for sidewalk repair. That corporation, Alameda, has been voted on a budget and fiduciary level by Councilmember Price. Why is that relevant? I will tell you, Price has direct fiduciary stakeholdership in a company that has investments, majorly so with Scientology. Why is that important? He is under federal indictment right now for
Caller, please stay on
corruption and
topic.
fraud.
This is your one
I
warning.
want to move on to item number 9. We have another sidewalk repair project. I'm worried about the city's budget. Where are you going to get money from? Where's that money going to actually come from, and how are you going to actually get it? I'm worried about that. Why am I worried about that? Because money right now in the city is tight. There's no oversight. The controller has said that. Why is there no oversight? Because there's criminal racketeering going on. How is that criminal racketeering happening? It's the city not enforcing its laws. What laws? 5611, 5612. You are not prosecuting for blockade, such as the blockade of the public right of way. $2,500 for each violation, each day, each one being a new charge. They owe you over $1.5 million. That's how you get the money for some of these projects.
Caller, you were already warned to please stay on topic, Mr. Knight. You can go ahead and remove him from the meeting.
Very well. I'm not going to remove him from the meeting, but I'll remove his permission to talk. And we'll move next to Georgina. On multiple agenda item comment, please indicate which item you are commenting on. And you have 3 minutes. Go ahead.
Hi, thank you. Yes, I'm calling about agenda items 8 and 10 specifically. They both have to do with sidewalk repair. Over the summer, Scientology ran their lawn water, for over 48 hours straight at one point, which caused a tremendous cavity under the sidewalk on Fountain.
Caller,
and that whole
please stay on topic. That
section-
is not either item 8 or 10.
It's on sidewalk repair. I haven't gotten
These
to that
sidewalk
yet, but
repairs concern very specific contracts regarding certain locations and the contracts they concern. So please stay on topic with respect to those.
Right. Well, they caused severe damage to the sidewalk, and I think they need to be fined so that sidewalk repair department or whatever the contract is will have further money to expedite their services. They need to be fined for those planners that caused the damage.
All
They
right,
need to be
caller.
fined for the
Thank you. You were
waterways.
already warned to please stay on topic. Mr. Knight, you can go ahead and mute her too, please.
Very well. Thank you, President Corson. I have done so. And we'll move next to Jill. And Jill has left the room. And that concludes our multiple agenda item commenters this morning, President Corson.
Thank you, Mr. Knight. With that, we'll close the multiple agenda item public comment for today's meeting and move on to the approval of the minutes from Friday, March 14th. If there is a second to my motion to approve these minutes. Thank you. Mr. Knight, there is a first from myself and a second from Commissioner Mitchell.
Very well. We'll go ahead and take a roll call vote on approval of minutes, starting with you, President Corson.
Aye.
Vice President Chavez.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Grant.
Aye.
Commissioner Kang.
Aye.
And Commissioner Mitchell. All ayes, and this item is approved unanimous.
Great. Thank you. Commissioners, if there is no objection, I would like to move to put items 7, 8, 9, and 11 on consent. If there is a second to that. Thank you, Mr. Knight. There is a first from myself and a second from Commissioner Mitchell.
Thank you, President Corson. 7, 8, 9, and 11, is that accurate?
Yes.
Thank you. And we have a first by Commissioner Corson and a second by Commissioner Mitchell. And we'll go ahead and take a roll call vote on moving 7, 8, 9, and 11 to consent, starting with you, President Corson.
Aye.
Vice President Chavez.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Grant.
Aye.
Commissioner Kang.
Aye.
And Commissioner Mitchell.
Thank you.
All ayes.
Thank you. And if there's a second to my motion to approve the items on consent. Thank you, Mr. Knight. There's a first from myself and a second from President Pro Tem Grant.
Thank you, President Corson. We'll go ahead and take a roll call vote on approval of the consent items, starting with you, President Corson.
Aye.
Vice President Chavez.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Grant.
Aye.
Commissioner Kang. And Commissioner Mitchell. And the consent items are approved unanimous.
All right. Thank you very much. We'll move on to item number 1, Council District 1 from the Bureau of Engineering, revised task order solicitation number 13 for WSP USA, and we have Luz Rebello.
Good morning, members of the board. My name is Luz Rebello with the Bureau of Engineering's Clean Water Division. And I'm here to request that the board authorize the city engineer to issue a revision of the task order solicitation number 13 to WSP, increasing the budget authority from $4,434,631 to $6,434,631 for environmental services for the Taylor Yard G2 parcel. And a little bit about the Taylor Yard G2 parcel. It's a 42-acre site in the Council District 1, and it is heavily contaminated due to its historical use as a former rail yard for over 100 years. The city purchased the site in 2017 and entered into a California Land Reuse and Revitalization Act agreement with the Department of Toxic Substances Control, that's DTSC, who's the regulatory agency that oversees, and we worked together with them to remediate the site. The city intends to complete a phased remediation and development of the site to address the required remediation and enable safe public access to the site as funding becomes available. So shortly after the purchase of the site in October 2017, WSP was brought on board to develop an implementation feasibility report and perform site assessments and coordination with the Department of Toxic Substances Control. Since then, the site project has been developed in coordination with an additional consultant, Tetra Tech, who is leading pre-design, design, environmental review and documentation, and design services during construction for the Paseo del Rio project at Taylor Yard. So this budget authority, this increase to budget authority, it's recommended due to the need for additional coordination meetings and meeting materials in discussions with the Department of Toxic Substances Control and assistance with the Tetra Tech contract, as well as additional engineering tasks and regulatory requirements by the Department of Toxic Substances Control, including annual groundwater monitoring requirements and on-site dust suppressants application, and as well as community engagement. This concludes my report, and I'm available for questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioners, do we have any questions or comments on this item? Seeing none, is there a motion on this item?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Knight. There is a first from Commissioner Mitchell and a second from President Pro Tem Grant.
Very well, we'll go ahead and take a roll call vote on approval of item 1, starting with you, President Corso.
Aye.
Vice President Chavez.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Grant.
Aye.
Commissioner Kane.
Aye.
And Commissioner Mitchell. All ayes, and this item is adopted and will move forward forthwith.
Great. Thank you. Commissioners, we've had a request to take item number 6 before 11 a.m. as the representative from Neighborhood Council has to leave before then. So we're going to take item number 6 right now, which is an adopt a median in Council District 14 from the Office of Communication, adopt a median Pico Olive Triangle median project. And we have Paul Raj.
Good morning, Paul Roch, Director of the Office of Community Beautification. Thank you for that accommodation to our guest here this morning. As you guys are aware, the Office of Community Beautification supports the Adopt a Median program that encourages community groups to take some ownership and improve various areas of public property. And we work with them to get projects reviewed and approved through the various city agencies, and they then go about beautifying various parts of the city. This morning we're bringing forward a project that was conceived and is a project jointly sponsored by the South Park Business Improvement District and the Downtown LA Neighborhood Council. This is a median island at the intersection of Pico and Olive. The plans have been submitted and reviewed by the Bureau of Street Services, the Bureau of Engineering, and all newly installed elements of the project have also been determined to be ADA compliant. The project will include pedestrian benches, landscaping planters, and tree planting. The project will be assembled and installed by the Los Angeles Conservation Corps, and funding for the project has been provided by Council District 14. We do have representatives, I believe, from both the Neighborhood Council and the Business Improvement District. If any of you guys would either like to talk a little more in depth about the project, or they're also available to answer any questions that commissioners may have. But
Hold on one second. Get to the microphone first, and then state your name for the record. And I think we will need you.
Absolutely. So my name
And-
is Claudia Oliveira.
And then I think we'll need you to fill out a public comment card once you're done speaking.
Sure.
Thank you.
And I just want to thank you, commissioners, for hearing this item. It is something that have originated decades ago, starting with Jan Perry, and we've been 4 council members later. And the Downtown Los Angeles Neighborhood Council decided to pick this project up. We are, we have a lot of underutilized space and a growing population and growing commerce. So this project is very simple. As Paul has mentioned, it's planting trees. We're getting some planters out there. The furniture that is being used is very high quality outdoor that has been proven in other models, such as the Wishbone Park. And this is the largest project that we have done since we initiated the parklets. So I appreciate you all hearing this, and I am hoping that you all give us your yes vote. And I'm here to answer any questions. Our partner, the South Park BID, the social district, is also here. And if you have any questions for them as far as maintenance goes, and anything else, we're here to serve. So let us know if you have any questions.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Commissioners, do we have any questions or comments on this item? Vice President Chavez and then Commissioner King.
Yes, thank you. I'm pleased to support this project. Thank you, Claudia, and representatives from the PBID. I think this is a great example of partnering with organizations to help provide services and amenities that, frankly, sometimes the city can't. And I think especially in the fiscal times that we are in, we need to be encouraging more of this and streamlining these processes as much as we can. I would love to work with the Neighborhood Council and the PBID and others to come up with ways that we can do that. There's always improvements on how we can do things better, and I would love to get those suggestions and feedback on that. OCB is a great partner. I know they do a lot with very little resources, and as I said, the situation isn't getting better. So looking forward to continuing that relationship, getting that input from the community, and let's do more of these. I would love to see more improvements. I know that other PBIDs in the downtown area are also looking at adding amenities, not just adopting medians, because most people don't know that adopt a median isn't just for medians. It's for anything in the public right of way. So adding, furniture, amenities, all of those things, you can also get that no fee permit and to add those additional amenities and go through that expedited process. So, so anyway, just wanted to thank you again for being here today and supporting, and I'm happy to support this.
Thank you, Vice President Chavez. Commissioner King.
So good morning. Thank you for coming out. I'm also very much in support of these Adopt a Median projects that really uplifts these community, but just wanted to learn a little bit more about the maintenance aspect of it afterwards, because just as beautiful as these projects transform, oftentimes a lot of these projects do go underfunded afterwards. So would love to learn a bit more.
Good morning. Rich Sarian with the South Park Business Improvement District. So we have an annual budget of close to $3 million. We do maintenance for the South Park area of downtown LA. We have a almost 24-hour ambassador team that provides clean and safe programs. We do a bulk of the graffiti removal, not on the Oceanwide project, even though that's in our district. But we pretty much take care of everything else around the grounds. We have done many a planting program, and the neighborhood is so well maintained. So you have my word that our organization will be able to respond immediately to any issues. There is also it's a very heavy thoroughfare in the district. We added streetlights along Pico Boulevard that are on at nighttime. And we're also doing a comprehensive lighting plan down on those streets of Olive as well. So it will be lit through the night so that it will not, accumulate in that type of behavior, as well as constant foot traffic. So we are experts on making sure that these things are built and secured and maintained for their lifetime. And if it becomes a huge issue, we also have the means and understanding of how to dissolve it or whichever it be. So you have our commitment and our annual funding that will definitely see to its success.
Thank you.
Thanks, Commissioner.
All right, commissioners, any other questions or comments? I'll just add, having previously worked with the South Park bid, and I know, Claudia, you participate in our Zooms quite a bit, and I just saw you RSVP'd for the upcoming one. This is a great example of two really good neighborhood organizations coming together to adopt medians, and hopefully it inspires bids and neighboring councils to take on the same effort in other parts of the city. So thank you for doing this, and thank you for taking this on. Commissioners, is there a motion on this item? Thank you. Is there a second? Thank you, Mr. Knight. There is a first from Commissioner Mitchell and a second from Vice President Chavez.
Very well, we'll go ahead and take a roll call vote on approval of item 6, starting with you, President Corson.
Aye.
Vice President Chavez.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Grant.
Aye.
Commissioner Kane.
Aye.
And Commissioner Mitchell. All ayes, and this item is adopted and will move forward forthwith.
Great. Thank you. Moving to item number 2 in Council District 1 from the Bureau of Engineering, sole source task for solicitation or task order solicitation, number 95 for Corollo Engineers for MacArthur Lake Stormwater Capture Project. And we have from the Valley, Mr. Brian Powell.
That's right. Good morning, Commissioner or President Corson and Commissioners of the Board. My name is Brian Powell. I'm Senior Civil Engineer with the Bureau of Engineering Clean Water Division. I'm here to request that the Board authorize the award of sole source task order solicitation number 95 to Corollo Engineers from the pre-qualified on-call wastewater and environmental engineering services consultant list to provide pre-design, bid and award support, and design services during construction. This is for the MacArthur Park Lake Stormwater Capture Project with a total budget authority of $2,150,000, including contingency. Just to provide a bit of background, the project is funded by Measure W and is located in MacArthur Park in the Westlake South neighborhood of Council District 1. The goal of the project is to capture stormwater runoff from a nearby storm drain to offset the use of potable water when filling MacArthur Lake. The project proposes to install a diversion structure, a hydrodynamic separator, a pump station, and a stormwater filter to capture and treat runoff prior to discharging into the lake. In addition, the southwestern edge of the lake will be improved with a cascading water feature and a pedestrian bridge. The estimated construction budget is $27,084,000. The scope of work in this task order solicitation includes design from 90 to 100%, bid and award services, design services during construction, and community outreach and engagement. In terms of the schedule, we anticipate design being completed approximately 6 months after award of this task order solicitation, and then beginning a 6-month bid and award phase. The construction duration is estimated to be 24 months, and we hope to begin in spring of 2026 and ending in spring of 2028. The reason we're requesting to issue this task order solicitation as a sole source is because Corollo completed design up to approximately 90%, while under contract with LA Sanitation. However, LA Sanitation's contract with Corollo expired in July 22, 2024. So Sanitation requested that engineering take over the project management duties to complete the design from 90 to 100% and to manage construction. We believe sole sourcing to Corollo at this point will minimize disruptions to complete design and move forward to the bid and award and construction phases. Corollo's extensive history and involvement in the project uniquely qualifies them to continue and finish the project. To review the business inclusion program, they're meeting 4 out of the 5 categories. They are falling short of the minority business enterprise category. The city's pledge or goal or pledge for that is 18%, but they're at 10.35%. In terms of funding, on January 15th, 2021, a transfer agreement with LA County for funding provided by Round 1 of the Measure W Regional Program was adopted by this board. The city is set to receive a total of $31,043,000 in regional Measure W funding over 5 disbursements. To date, the project has received 2 disbursements totaling $4 million. LA Sanitation has also appropriated $900,000 in Measure W municipal funds or local return funds, and $150,000 in stormwater pollution abatement funding. To conclude, we recommend that the board authorize the city engineer to issue sole source task order solicitation number 95 to Corollo Engineers for the MacArthur Lake Stormwater Capture Project with a total budget authority of $2,150,000. That concludes my report, and I'm ready for any questions.
All right, commissioners, any questions or comments on this item? Commissioner King?
Good morning. Thank you for the presentation. I'm assuming the Bureau is in discussion with Rec and Parks related to this project, because I know Rec and Park also has plans to activate the lake, and I'm afraid it might, would that impact either projects?
That's right. We're in close coordination with Rec and Parks in terms of their future plans for the lake and their comments, and we received comments and concerns from them, and those are being incorporated into the project.
Okay. And then also, I know, I mean, all of us, we were there earlier this week, but there are plans to combine the two parks, so close down Wilshire. Would that impact this project at all?
No, so our project is primarily at the southeastern corner of the lake. So that I think that's the southern half of the park, but southeast edge of the lake. So we're pretty much at the opposite end of that project. And in terms of the schedule, I believe we'll pretty much be done with construction by the time they're progressing into design and into construction.
And the 2-year duration will start next spring, as you mentioned, right?
That's correct.
Okay.
All right. Commissioners, any other questions or comments or a motion on this item?
I'll move.
Thank you, Mr. Knight. We have a first from Commissioner Kang and a second from Vice President Chavez.
Very well. We'll go ahead and take a roll call vote on approval of item 2, starting with you, President Corson.
Aye.
Vice President Chavez.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Grant.
Aye.
Commissioner Kang. And Commissioner Mitchell. All ayes, and this item is adopted and will move forward forthwith.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Moving on to item number 3 on Council District 15 revised construction budget for PCL construction. And we have the Bureau of Engineering. If you could just, since you are not Ethan Wong, if you could just state your name for your record before you begin the presentation.
How did you know I'm not Ethan? Just kidding. My name's Ashley Coakley. My name's Ashley Coakley. I work at the Environmental Engineering Division with Ethan, and I'm the project manager on this project and the next agenda item project. All right, so diving into this project, this is Capital Improvement Project C1017, Harris Place Pumping Plant Rehabilitation, which is Pumping Plant 669. We are requesting authorization for $486,869 in additional budget for a revised construction budget of $6,168,419. This project was awarded to PCL Construction on June 9th, 2023 in the amount of a total approved construction budget of $5,681,550. This project is rehabilitating Harris Place Pumping Plant, which is recognized as a historical building. It's located over near Terminal Island Wastewater Reclamation Plant. It's right down the street from it. We're rehabilitating the whole thing. So we're replacing pumps, replacing electrical equipment. We're also building a wall around the generator to protect it from potential tsunami, because that is in a tsunami zone, to ensure that it continues to operate if any natural disaster were to happen. Currently, there are a total of 11 change orders, with more on the way. A couple of the larger ones are as follows. So preliminary change order number 8 for $145,000 has a few items involved with it, including the meter pit hatch replacement. So that was not in the original plans, but it was determined during construction that we should replace the existing hatch due to current conditions of it with a new traffic rated hatch. This change order also involves sheet metal coping at the roof parapet to ensure proper waterproofing of the building. The control room is located right underneath where the roof is, so we just want to protect all that nice new expensive electrical equipment. So this is something that was missed during design. And lastly, under this change order, the brick repair. So what makes this building historic is the way it's built, especially the facade has brick all around it. Once the paint was being taken off the brick, it was noticed that it needed repair. The brick was not in great condition, so before repainting, we need to repair that brick to restore it and keep it historic. So that is preliminary change order number 8. Preliminary change order number 11, another large one, is just for time extension. This one's $100,000, extending 42 calendar days, mainly due to delays in traffic control plan approvals, as well as the other 10 change orders. It pushed out the schedule a bit. So these change orders require an additional sum of $216,868.64. And then there are upcoming change orders. So yeah, the original end date for construction was supposed to happen this month, but we're looking like we're going to push out to at least the end of, we're hoping by the end of the fiscal year we can close out, and we want funding to be able to do that. So there is another time extension on the way with a few other smaller change orders that are being processed. So we are asking for an additional $270,000 to cover the upcoming change orders and time extension, which would result in our additional contingency that we're requesting, which is a total of $486,869 additional to what we currently had approved. So any questions?
Thank you. Commissioners, do we have any questions or comments on this item? Seeing none, do we have a motion on this item?
So move.
Thank you, Mr. Knight. There is a first from President Pro Tem Grant and a second from Commissioner Mitchell.
Very well. We'll go ahead and take a roll call vote on approval of item 3, starting with you, President Corson.
Aye.
Vice President Chavez.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Grant.
Aye.
Commissioner Kang.
Aye.
And Commissioner Mitchell. All ayes, and item number 3 is approved, adopted, and will move forward forthwith.
Great. And you'll be here for item number 4, which is in Council District 6, construction services contract for Donald C. Tillman Water Reclamation Plant for Blowers PLC replacement.
All right.
Blowers. Wow. Blowers.
Thank you. So for this project, we are requesting authorization for the city engineer to use construction services contract Cisco to issue task work orders to the contractor for an amount not to exceed $1,012,000. Some background on the project. The plant currently operates 5 blowers, which supply air to the aeration tanks for biological wastewater treatment. The blowers provide air for the bacteria that break down pollutants in the water. These blowers are operated by 2 programmable logic controllers and 5 local control panels that were installed in 2007. So those regulate those 5 blowers. Currently, they are outdated. One of the programmable logic controller for short, PLC, and local control panel, LCP. So currently, one PLC usually fails about twice a month. And when that happens, staff has to go out and do a bunch of things to get it back online. The LCPs are no longer supported by the manufacturer, so staff has actually been ordering parts off of eBay to keep these up and running. If these were to go down and they couldn't continue to bring them back online, staff would have to manually operate the blowers full time, which the plant just doesn't have enough staff to sit there and do that. And if they were to fail, this would cause treatment disruptions. So yeah, this project is going to replace the 2 PLCs and 5 LCPs with new equipment. And that's it. It's pretty simple.
Thank you. Commissioners, do we have any questions or comments on blowers or blowers? Seeing none, is there a motion on this item?
I'll move.
Thank you. Is there a second? Thank you, Mr. Knight. There is a first from Commissioner Kang and a second from Commissioner Mitchell.
Very well. We will go ahead and take a roll call vote on approval of item 4, starting with you, President Corson.
What was that?
We'll go ahead and take a roll call vote on approval of item 4, starting with you, President Corson.
Aye.
Vice President Chavez.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Grant.
Aye.
Commissioner Kang.
Aye.
And Commissioner Mitchell. All ayes, and this item is adopted and will move forward forthwith.
Thank you. Moving on to item number 5 from Bureau of Sanitation, Council District 11, Memorandum of Agreement, Renewal Watershed Management Program, and Coordinated Integrated Monitoring Program.
Hey, good morning. My name is Jorge Mejia. Yeah, good morning to all the members of the Board of Public Works. I'm a civil engineer with LA Sanitation, and today I'm joined by my colleagues Miller Zoe and Richard Tavalacci from the Administrative Compliance section of the Watershed Protection Division. Today we are here to request the board's approval to execute the renewal of a memorandum of agreement, also known as MOA, with the 3 public agencies to continue cost sharing for implementing the watershed management programs, also known as the WIMP, and Coordinated Integrated Monitoring Program, also known as the SIMP for the Marina del Rey watershed. One important thing to note about this is that the County of Los Angeles is the lead agency for this agreement, and they're overseeing the coordination of this MOA. So we're just a participant for this. We're participating along with LA County Flood Control District and the City of Culver City. The previous MOA expired on June 30 of 2024, and this renewal pretty much covers a 5-year period from July 1st, 2024 to June 30, 2029 to ensure compliance with the MS4 stormwater permit and to continue to fund this program. Now for budget and cost sharing, total costs of implementing this over 5 years is $5,653,555, and that includes a 10% contingency. And just to note, costs are estimates, and they could fluctuate, but they cannot exceed the 10% contingency without a formal amendment. And if the actual costs surpass the threshold, then an MOA amendment is required, which requires approval from all parties, and then we would have to come back here. Our cost share for City of LA is specifically $2,758,009. And that includes an $863,000 credit for bacterial water quality monitoring, which is already accounted for in this amount. Cost distribution among agencies within this watershed is based on land area, and the City of LA covers the largest portion at 69%. And funding for this current fiscal year, 24-25, is available from SPA funds, and we're already have approved in the amount of $375,000. With future allocations based on available budgets. Now for the key tasks of implementing this, cost sharing agreement, the first one would be water quality monitoring. So it's important to conduct stormwater and receiving water monitoring for this. County of LA is going to lead most of the services, like I mentioned earlier, but LA Sands Environmental Monitoring Division is going to be doing the bacteria monitoring for this. Another task is annual reporting. So we do have to prepare compliance reports for the LA Water Board. Another task is TMDL compliance. So we have to ensure compliance with the TMDL requirements for bacteria and toxics, specifically in this watershed. TMDLs pretty much establish pollutant limits for water bodies, and they protect the beneficial uses, such as swimming, fishing, and boating, among others. And lastly, for the scope, watershed management program revisions. So we have to update the reasonable assurance analysis modeling as needed and pretty much ensure that we maintain regulatory compliance for the WIMPs. Now for the agency responsibilities, like I mentioned earlier, the County of LA is the lead agency, so we're just a participant for this, and they oversee the coordination and cost sharing. City of LA San, specifically EMD, the environmental monitoring, they're gonna do the bacteria monitoring, and we're going to receive full financial credit for that. Culver City and Flood Control District, they're just going to be paying their respective shares of the costs to participate. Now, the importance of approval and potential consequences of non-renewal of this. Approval of the MOA ensures that the city remains compliant with MS4 permit regulations. Pretty much the other thing is that the cost burden is shared among multiple agencies rather than the city having to fork over the full costs of this agreement. Lastly, that the monitoring and reporting efforts continue without any regulatory enforcement risks from the Water Board. Failure to approve this renewal could potentially result in, first thing, potentially could be enforcement actions and penalties from the LA Water Board with potential fines of up to $35,000 per day. Another thing is delays. It could delay our TMDL compliance efforts, which increases regulatory risks. Lastly, it would leave the city to cover all the costs itself, which would be much more of a strain on the city budget for us to do it alone. And in conclusion, the city attorney's office has reviewed and approved this MOA. To date, all the prior contracts that we've been involved with have been fulfilled without any disputes or legal actions, and all the total costs for the city have stayed within budget, so that kind of reflects that the cost estimates and the execution of the contract have been more or less pretty good. And the PRD by approval was finalized on December 9, and with board approval, hopefully we can continue we can execute this agreement and then continue compliance and cost sharing for stormwater management efforts in this watershed. And yeah, just want to thank you for your time. And if you guys have any questions, I'll be happy to address them.
Great. Thank you. Commissioners, do you have any questions or comments on this item? Seeing none, is there a motion on this item?
I'll move.
Thank you, Mr. Knight. There is a first from Commissioner King and a second from Commissioner Mitchell.
Very well. We will go ahead and take a roll call vote on approval of item 5, starting with you, President Corson.
Aye.
Vice President Chavez. Aye. President Pro Tem Grant.
Aye.
Commissioner Kang.
Aye.
And Commissioner Mitchell. All ayes, and this item is adopted and will be referred to the mayor forthwith.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And going on to our last voting item for today from Bureau of Engineering, Bureau of Contract Administration, Contract Award, Sidewalk Repair Program in Council District 12.
Good morning, members of the board. My name is Richard Liu, Bureau of Engineering, Senior Civil Engineer with the Sidewalk Division. The item before you is a recommendation to award a sidewalk repair construction contract to Alameda Construction Services, which is the first lowest responsible bidder in the amount of $1,089,968. The project is situated within the community of Northridge, bounded by Mile to the south, Gladbeck to the east, LaMarche to the north, and Yolanda to the west. The sidewalk repair program was initiated by council to carry out the Willits Settlement Agreement. The access request is a sub-program that makes sidewalk repairs requested by or on behalf of someone with a mobility disability who encounters access barriers within the public right-of-way. For this project, a member of the public submitted an access barrier complaint, and we took it as an access request, and over the course of the development of this project, city staff met various times on site to develop the scope and timeline of this project in order to address the complaint. The project, which will remediate approximately 1 mile of sidewalk by the end of this calendar year, will satisfy the city's obligation to address the complaint. The contract duration is 120 days, and that concludes my report. If anyone has any questions.
All right. Thank you. Commissioners, any questions or comments on this item? Seeing none, is there a motion on this item?
I'll move.
Thank you. Mr. Knight, there is a first from Commissioner King and a second from Commissioner Mitchell.
Very well. We will go ahead and take a roll call vote on approval of item 10, starting with you, President Corson.
Aye.
Vice President Chavez.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Grant.
Aye.
Commissioner Kang.
Aye.
And Commissioner Mitchell. All ayes, and item number 10 is approved and will move forward forthwith.
Great. Thank you. Mr. Knight, have we cleared our desk for today?
Yes, we have.
Great. It is 11:22 and we are adjourned.